It was February 11, 1847, when my husband and I welcomed our seventh child in Milan, Ohio. It was a boy, who we called Thomas. Little did we know then that he was to become one of the greatest men of the century, whose inventions would change the world forever. We were a middle-class family, and Thomas had a relatively modest childhood. But it was marked by curiosity and a strong desire to learn and explore the world around him. As a child, Thomas experienced some health challenges. He suffered from chronic ear infections, which caused hearing difficulties. In 1854, when Thomas was 7 years old, our family moved to Port Huron in Michigan, where our son started school. Unfortunately, Thomas's formal education was cut short. He had been in school for only 3 months. One day Thomas came home and gave a paper to me. He told me, "My teacher gave this paper to me and told me to only give it to my mother." My eyes were tearful as I read the letter out loud to my child. "Your son is a genius. This school is too small for him and doesn't have enough good teachers for training him. Please teach him yourself." And so I did. Before marrying Samuel, Thomas's father, I was a teacher. I went on homeschooling my child, using my experience. I recognized his natural curiosity early on and allowed him to experiment and tinker with various objects. This hands-on approach to learning helped him develop problem-solving skills and a practical understanding of how things worked. I did my best to instill a love for reading in my son. I provided him with books, newspapers, and other reading materials, fostering a habit of self-directed learning that would serve him well throughout his life. To my satisfaction, Thomas became an avid reader and spent countless hours engrossed in books on a wide variety of subjects. As a boy, he sold candy and newspapers on trains, displaying early signs of his business acumen. I also taught him patience and perseverance. These qualities would later play a crucial role in his numerous inventions and his determination to overcome challenges. My son often visited the local train station and befriended the station agent, who taught him telegraphy. This early exposure to the telegraph would later prove instrumental in his career. Thomas's fascination with the natural world led him to conduct numerous experiments at home. He set up a laboratory in the basement of our house and carried out various chemical and mechanical experiments, sometimes to the detriment of the house's structure. However, it was a little sacrifice, as the world was shaped in a totally new way by means of Thomas's inventions. 1877, the phonograph, also known as the gramophone. It allowed sound to be recorded and reproduced for the first time. 1879, electric light bulb. 1891, motion picture camera. 1887, dictaphone. 1876, mimeograph. 1896, fluoroscope. Altogether, Thomas held over 1,000 patents during his lifetime. Many years later, after my death, when he was now one of the greatest men of the century, one day, while Thomas was looking through some old family stuff, he noticed a folded paper in the corner of a drawer. He took it and opened it up. And that was how he revealed my lie. It was the letter from his school teacher. It said, "Your son is addled. We won't let him come to school anymore. Please, teach him yourself." My dear son cried for hours, and then he wrote in his diary, "Thomas Alva Edison was an addled child that, by a hero mother, became the genius of the century." At the end of my story, I would like you parents to listen to my message. If your child is disappointed about something or doesn't believe in his potential, remember, there was once a lady behind a lamp. Thank you.